Jinx, the loose cannon. Jinx is a ranged marksman whose idea of a good time involves dishing out tons of damage to the dismay of Vi, the enforcer who can't quite catch her.
She's such a loser, always ready to cry.
Impulsive, spontaneous, Jinx spreads chaos across the battlefield in the form of bullets and bombs. Jinx's passive is Get Excited. Whenever Jinx scores a kill or assist on a champion or structure, she gains a massive speed boost that decays over a few seconds. But Jinx is impatient. If her target doesn't die or crumble very soon after she deals damage to it, her passive won't trigger. Get Excited provides Jinx with a useful speed boost to retreat after pushing down turrets or hunt down fleeing enemies after a kill. Jinx has two primary weapons for her basic attacks, her minigun Pow Pow and her rocket launcher Fishbones. By activating Switcheroo, she can toggle between the two. By default, Jinx uses her minigun for basic attacks, and each hit grants her an attack speed buff that can stack up to 3 times. When she switches to a rocket launcher, she has longer range and deals splash damage around her target, but each rocket consumes mana and she doesn't get the attack speed bonus. While using Fishbones, the minigun stacks will start falling off one by one, but if she switches back before the stacks are gone, she'll still have the buff. Fishbones can also critically strike, dealing the full crit damage to all enemies hit by the splash. Despite the shorter attack range, the minigun dishes out very high DPS, making it perfect for taking out turrets and objectives. The rocket launcher's splash damage and range makes it more useful for wave clearing and harassing. Zap is a long-range skill shot. Jinx is immobilized while charging her shock pistol before she shoots out a blast in target direction that zaps the first enemy it hits. Zap has high damage, a significant slow, and briefly reveals the affected target, but can be difficult to hit since enemies can see the beam before the zapper fires. With good timing, Zap is a very efficient damage spell for harassing opponents in lane. When using Flame Chompers, Jinx throws out a volley of 3 snare grenades that detonate after a few seconds, dealing magic damage to all enemies caught in the explosions. When an enemy champion steps on an armed chomper, it will detonate immediately and root them in place for a short duration. An enemy champion can only set off a single chomper, even if they step on more than one. Flame Chompers has no cast time, so Jinx can use them easily while on the move. They do have a short setup time though, so they won't detonate instantly if thrown directly onto an enemy champion. Flame Chompers also grant vision, so Jinx can toss them over a wall or into brush to scout for enemies. At early levels, you can toss out Flame Chompers to trade with opponents and zone them away from the minion wave. Jinx's ultimate is Super Mega Death Rocket. Jinx launches a giant rocket with global range that detonates only on contact with an enemy champion, dealing magic damage to all enemies in the area. Adding to the lethality of this spell, the rocket also gains speed and damage the farther it travels and deals bonus damage based on each enemy's missing health. Since Super Mega Death Rocket acts as an execute, it's perfect for sniping off low health targets from across the map. In lane, Jinx can reliably win trades by swapping between Pow Pow and Fishbones, hitting with her minigun, then switching to rockets for a longer range attack. Jinx's exceptional range makes her a naturally aggressive laner. Jinx can use Zap and rockets to damage her opponents even when they're playing safe under their turret. By standing just to the side of the minion wave, Jinx can keep lining up opportunities for Zap to land, while using her rocket launcher to follow up for additional damage.